Well, welcome back to Public Land Mountain Cam. I'm glad you tuned in for this series. In this series, I'm promoting the use of trail cameras and how much fun that can be. It gets you out into nature and you don't have to own your own property. In this series, all the footage I'm showing is from public land, land you get to go out and explore, land owned by you and me. Hopefully you enjoy this footage and it inspires you to get your own trail camera and get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. I also want to thank WingHome trail cameras. Every bit of footage you see in this series was taken with the WingHome Model 630M trail camera. WingHome has also helped sponsor this series and help make it possible. So a huge thank you to WingHome. Stay tuned to the end of the video for an exclusive discount code that's going to save you money on WingHome products. So as promised from last week's video, there was an attack on my trail camera, and you're going to get to see what happened and if my trail camera survived. Anytime you're hanging trail cameras on public land, theft, damage, somebody messing with your trail camera is always at the forefront of your mind. It is wise to take steps to mitigate the potential for theft or damage. After I show you the video clips here, I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth on steps I take to help prevent theft or damage. But on to this week's series of videos. I chose this specific location just because of its great beauty. It was on the side of a mountain and it was actually a lot steeper than what the camera shows, but it was in the fall colors. With the WingHome trail camera, it absolutely captured that beauty of fall. This camera has crystal clear footage and the audio is very good. So enjoy this series of videos and then stick around, come back, and I'm going to talk a little bit about securing your trail camera. Well, I'm happy to announce the trail camera survived, and actually if you look at the time and dates of those when the bears visited my camera, that was actually very early, and I think they might have been smelling my scent on the trail camera. They definitely worked it over really good and were trying to remove it from the tree. But the trail camera continued to work, and most of those videos that you saw were after the bears had visited it. Now, I want to talk quickly about securing your trail camera. This particular WingHome trail camera that I use for all the video, it is Python cable compatible. You can simply take your Python cable and feed it through the back of the trail camera here and lock it to the tree. That is one great way to help minimize theft of your trail camera. It also has a spot here for a padlock, so you can buy a padlock, and it doesn't have to be super expensive, but the padlock can also fit to double lock your camera. That's going to keep the camera from easily being opened, or more importantly, people that you don't want to open your camera won't be able to mess with the settings or the SD card. Now, of course, neither one of these locks are absolutely bulletproof, and if the thief wants to steal your camera bad enough or damage your camera, unfortunately, they still might be able to. They might be able to break the tabs off or rip this off the tree. In either case, it's probably going to render the camera unusable for them. It's not going to be waterproof anymore, so you can have that little bit of peace of mind. Another thing that I've mentioned many times in the past is get that camera up out of the view of most people. Most people, when you're walking in the woods or looking around, you're looking at eye level or below. If you get this camera up there at 8-10 feet high, most people will never notice it. And secondly, you would need some sort of climbing aid to get up there to remove the camera. Would make it just much more difficult for a thief to work at it if it's mounted high. Now, as you can see, my camera was down low. I did have it cabled and I had it padlocked, and there's one other piece of the puzzle that I DIY'd, and I think it helped save this camera. Now, I was not able to find any type of security box commercially made for this model WingHome trail camera, so I DIY'd my own security box. It's a little crude looking. It's made out of 1/8" steel, but it worked, and I think it helped save my camera from them bears being able to rip it off the tree. I made this security box just tight enough that you really kind of have to finagle to get that camera in there. I also drilled holes in the side here to coincide that I can use my Python lock that goes through the metal box, through the mounting places on the back of the camera for that security cable, and then it comes out the other side and then goes around the tree. In that way, that security cable of the Python lock was able to go through both the case and the camera to help secure it. You still are vulnerable to the face of this camera, but you don't want to block the IR or the lens, so I left this semi-open. So I really do credit this little bit of a setup. It's by no means professional looking, but it did save my camera, and those bears were not able to rip this off the tree. If I would have simply had this camera just strapped to the tree, I'm afraid it would have got ripped off. Soon after I hung it there, the bears would have made short order of just that nylon strap. Well, that's going to conclude this week's Public Land Mountain Cam. I appreciate you sticking around here to the end. If you would, drop down the description code. There's going to be a discount code for WingHome solar chargers. These solar chargers are great and were compatible with any WingHome trail camera. They're universal and allow you to either screw the mount to the tree or use the supplied strap to mount this to the tree. It comes with several different cables that are going to allow you to run and charge your WingHome trail cameras. The greatest part about this solar panel is it's universal, and it'll work with virtually any brand trail camera that you already own. This will run both 6 or 12-volt trail cameras, and like I said, it comes with an assortment of cables that are surely to be the right size for almost all trail cameras. So again, down in the description, there's going to be a link that's going to save you 10% on these solar chargers. This solar charger has a built-in lithium-ion battery, and then of course the solar panel. So this allows you to run your trail camera simply by hooking up this panel, and this built-in battery will run your trail camera and constantly be charged by the sun. So I want to thank you for watching this week. Tune in again next week. We're going to have the final video of this series. Next week's video is going to feature a lot of turkeys. I caught turkeys coming in mid-flight, flying down off the roost to the camera. Lots of vocalizations that the camera picked up next week. And I also made a mock scrape up here in the mountains and hung my trail camera over that to see what would come and visit that scrape that I made. So you don't want to miss any of that. You want to tune in next week for Public Land Mountain Cam. Well, I want to thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.